If you don't already know, Alert is a forum for the discussion of human element issues in the maritime industry. And almost the starting point is the fact that a ship must be built and designed with the user and the operational task clearly in mind. Why? Because it makes sense.
Experienced crew members need to be on hand during design and build to make sure that the ship and its systems are ultimately fit for purpose. And it makes sense to make sure they are familiar with their ship well before it leaves the builder's yard. International conventions and industry guidelines require that the ship carries the right number of competent crew members to ensure safe operation of the ship and its systems.
And there are a few other things we should consider.
Making sure that people involved in the design, build, regulation and management of ships and their systems have a real understanding of the ways of the sea. That handbooks and operating instructions take into account the different nationalities, languages and cultures on board. That they are easily understood and set out in a clear and simple manner. And isn't it sensible to make sure seafarers can communicate effectively in the execution of their duties? And that their knowledge of the English language is sufficient to ensure that safety messages are communicated clearly during normal operation and in emergencies.
Increasingly these days, ship owners and operators need to invest in quality. And that doesn't just mean complying with international conventions. There should be self-regulation and a voluntary commitment to industry standards and codes of practice. And they must invest in their people too. That means promoting the highest standards of education and training and a common spirit of professionalism, and providing a safe, happy, healthy working and living environment and fair terms of employment. In the end, if we want to ensure the safety of the ship, safeguard its cargo and safeguard the environment, all responsible stakeholders need to work together to ensure that the master and crew are properly trained and have the right tools in place.
Here's another topic for discussion. A seafarer will be considered negligent if he or she does not exercise the necessary skill that would be reasonably expected from somebody of that rank when carrying out a specific task or duty. But the seafarer could be considered incompetent if he or she does not have the necessary skill. It is the responsibility then of ship owners and operators to comply with their legal obligations when it comes to the employment, training and certification of seafarers, and to ensure that they achieve the required level of competence. The seafaring profession is one of the most challenging in the world, both physically and mentally, so seafarers have to be 100% fit to fulfill their duties. To maintain that fitness, seafarers need a sound and healthy lifestyle, on board and ashore.
If we want safer shipping, we need to recognise that welfare has a crucial part to play. If the working and living conditions on board ship are below standard, unsafe ship operations could be the result.
And that in turn could lead to disaster. Whilst we have seen major improvements in technology, almost all shipboard systems and operations are still heavily dependent on human intervention. Reason enough then to recognise the need to care for the human element.
In the end, continued learning processes, renewed human element managing strategies, and improved work practices will not just drive safer ship operations, they will drive the economic viability of the ship owner. And if that doesn't make sense, I don't know what does. That's all for now. Visit the website if you want to look at this issue in more detail. You can read what other marine professionals from around the world have to say on the subject. Until next time, take care.